KB with Nerdophiles. How are you guys?
Hanging in.
Good, good.
Okay, so The Wilds is such a bold and daring social experiment that has so many twists and turns. So, my first question is for Sarah. Tell me about where the idea for this kind of Dawn of Eve survival thriller came about and what other kind of TV shows and books really inspired it.
Oh yeah, big question. Well, I do love conspiracy thrillers, all the President's Men, Parallax View. I also do feel often unsettled by life. I Not that I assume that there are forces conspiring against me. I do not think that. But
Maybe on a bad day or a good day, depending on how you look at it.
But definitely as a teenager, I remember feeling, a little bit at the whim of authorities, and so to kind of show that on screen in this story, in the personage of this Gretchen character, I think is pretty. It speaks to that feeling that I had. And then in terms of references, the deserted island of it all, obviously Lost is a big predecessor, and I think they really offered with the flashbacks and the island timeline offered really a brilliant jumping off point. I will make no mistake. I certainly drew from that, and then to add in the kind of present timeline of the girls who are telling the stories, that was just born of, I really desperately wanted to hear these girls that come from all different experiences, that have all different levels of expression, different ways of framing their own experience. I wanted to hear them. And so that layered in the future post-rescue timeline. So there are a lot of moving parts, but I hope it all works.
Oh, yeah, it definitely does. And so, my last question is actually for you, Amy. So, tell me about which scene in the pilot script really kind of sold you on being a part of this show, and kind of what types of out of the box audition questions did you really have to ask the girls, the core group of girls that are on the island? Because I feel like they had to be more prepared. They had to be prepared for a lot more things than they realized, I feel like, even as actors.
Um, yes. The line that got to me was, you think this is hard here, try being a teenage girl in America. Um, that to me, like the damage you're going to see isn't from what happened to us on the island. It's like what we've experienced and been through having to be just teenagers. So for me, watching the pilot and the thrill of sort of seeing that manifested in such a beautiful way, I was like, I am in. The interesting thing, I tend with actors not to tell them very much about what is coming next, in part because I think things change and you don't want people to get too attached to things and then they go away once we told them this, and then in script something changes dramatically because of any variety of reasons, usually because we found a better way to tell the story. So I never like to get actors too excited about one idea or another, but because there's these backstories and the future story in the post-rescue facility, we did have to tell them more about their backstories and what might be happening to them on the island, because they needed to understand why they were devastated in the post-rescue facility or calm or scared. And so that was a unique experience for me that, I said to Sarah at first, like, let's just keep them in the dark. And then suddenly realizing, like, we can't. They actually need to know these things in order to deliver the performances. So we sketched it for them with the idea that we knew things could change. But it obviously helped them find where their characters were supposed to be.
Well, thank you both so much. I really appreciate it. Again, I really enjoyed kind of seeing the layers of the show and where it's going. So thank you for chatting with Nerdophiles. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, Kay.
Thanks. Bye.
Okay. Bye.